Loyalty,
Hello, my
loyalty.
loves.
So
Hello.
wish I could sing. I would be, I said, I so wish I could sing because I can't even rap right. So I would be doing the Kendrick Lamar Loyalties song. Loyalty,
Well,
loyalty,
I mean,
loyalty.
you can't do that anyway because I'm Team Drake. So there you go.
What?
Mm, you see? Ah!
How
That
did that,
was
how did that
every,
even
every,
happen?
everything.
How, so, okay, we can start there. So let's
I
just
don't
jump
think that's
right
a
on
starting
in.
point.
Oh, I think it's a starting point. Can you let the facilitate? Watch me work. So there was this whole, when was it? Super Bowl, leading up to the Super Bowl. Are you loyal to Drake or are you loyal to Kendrick? And it was interesting the dialogue that was going on and on and on. But it's really, those are just objects we can talk about because when whether it's sports, whether it's your home team, whether it's a relationship that is fractured and you're choosing a side of whose side you're going to be on, whether it's loyalty points
Mm.
like with Delta Airlines, whether it's your loyalty to Amazon Prime, which I am no longer a part of. There is this, when you start getting into team this versus team that, stuff gets heated.
That
It
part.
Stuff
does.
gets heated. What is that about? What is that? What is that about? What's at the root of this? I don't know why I'm getting on. What is at the root of this loyalty and the energy and passion that comes with it? Team whoever.
I really feel like, you know, people just need something that they can, that resonates with them, right? And once they've found that thing that resonates with them, um, it's easy to be 10 toes down and standing on business when it comes to that thing that they resonate with. And so I feel like that drives loyalty. But then when you go underneath the layer of that, it becomes like, where are my values? Where do they sit? Like, how are they aligned? Can I still be loyal to that thing, that team, that person, that whatever, right? Insert object there. And then I also think there's a question about promises, right? And how those are being kept or aren't being kept. I think that it's really easy for people to be loyal to things that are doing well, people who are doing well, um, things that are operating the way that you want them to. I think it's difficult to remain loyal. Being loyal and starting off and saying that your team something is the easy part. When that thing that you are team for becomes maybe the not so popular opinion, or maybe the thing that other people are saying, no, we don't really get down with that. How do you maintain that loyalty is the question that I have. So much to unpack for today. What say you, Gigi?
I got a lot to say about this one. I'm gonna start with, loyalty goes to a particular place. To do you know what today is? It's my anniversary. So let's talk about loyalty from that point. Um, and it really takes me to a question: is loyalty unconditional? And uh, that's something to uncover and to unpack today. But when you think about loyalty, I go to fight or flight
Hmm.
because loyalty goes to, and when you see people enacting, it is that hunger for connection, for commitment, for community, for whatever that is. So you're a loyalist to a team, you're a loyalist to a person, you're a loyalist to a brand. Because that's where you found your community. That's where you found an alliance. That's where you found your, okay, these are the folks who are going to fight with me, or I believe they're going to fight with me. And so I go to the fight or flight because the loyalty fades away when the flight comes, when I feel like I'm on that island by myself, or I don't feel like the people on the team that I have joined are in it with me or for me, that's when you see that loyalty simply fade away.
Mm.
Yeah. So loyalty is conditional.
I think for many it is. Absolutely. Should it be? No, but absolutely.
Oh, but wait a minute. Who says it shouldn't be? Because shouldn't you have to earn my loyalty? Shouldn't you have to maintain the emotional safety that's required for me to feel like I can be loyal to you? Right? Don't you have a responsibility to have respect and reciprocity when loyalty is given? So who says it should be unconditional and that we should always stay loyal?
Isn't that the definition of loyalty?
Listen, loyalty until, isn't that what you're looking
I'm just again.
Listen, I think that loyalty the definition of it doesn't have a time frame. It's not time stamped, right? I can be loyal until you show me that I can't or I shouldn't. And it's my decision and my choice whether or not I use my discernment to decide whether or not I stay loyal to you in those times and in those moments. I think, sure, loyalty sometimes can come from your reliability in hard times, but there has to be boundaries. There has to be guardrails for which you operate within that loyalty. Blind loyalty is not anything I would ever advocate for.
Well, and I'd also go with loyalty isn't logical.
It's I think I always approach things as a heart ahead in the mindset, heart set, and ass set. So I think a lot of loyalty is heart driven. It's a heart set. Like, I'm going to be loyal to my Colorado bus, despite all these new people that have been on that were loyal to other folks, and now they are disloyal to those people. They are betraying their university to jump on the Colorado bandwagon. So I that's a heart set. And and then we always try to rationalize it with our mindset so that it becomes this and I think it's getting to the point where there are indicators that are saying something's going on with my heart. Like, for example, I'm a USAA member. My auto insurance, homeowners insurance, all of that is through them. And they are known for their customer experience, agnostic of industry. They win all the awards. They are all the examples around service and experience. And I've had the opportunity to speak with them a lot lately. And I said, I've been telling them, look, I used to brag about y'all. Regardless of the conversation, I'm gonna find a moment to weave in USAA because you guys are doing things very different. I don't know what changed this year, but I've been a member for over 10 years. And there's enough credits in the bank of goodwill, good things, good experiences. But if I'm banking it on this year, I'd be out. I would have been so gone. But there comes this tipping point, I think, where, I'm gonna be riding or dying with USA. I don't brag about them like I used to. They're still a phenomenal organization, and I've been telling them that, like, y'all are great. Y'all got some hiccups. I don't know what's going on, but get back to it. Get back to it.
You're great until.
And that's when the asset comes in. Well, I'm gonna take my assets and I'm gonna go over here to someone else.
I'm gonna put in a different sandbox, right? Because
I will stay loyal even if it doesn't necessarily serve me to a point, and then at some point, it's a wrap.
To the point of what you were making about it being a heart ahead, an asset, right? I think that it's always a heart thing. I would agree with that 1,000%, because you're thinking with long-term investments, you're thinking with your heart, your time, your energy, your shared experiences. They create emotional equity, right? That's all about your heart. And so that emotional equity is the thing that keeps you feeling like you need to be loyal to something. Because the more you've been through together, the harder it is to walk away. The longer you've been in a situation, the harder it is to walk away, right?
Mhm.
Doesn't mean that that should be the reason you stay.
It's interesting. I spent a lot of time interviewing people, and I've been interviewing folks who have 20 plus years at the same organization. And I say, what would it take to extract you from your current organization? Because they always, and usually I'm inserting myself into their life when they're
Mhm.
minding their own business. Like they are doing their work. They don't have the open for work banner on their LinkedIn. Anybody who has that, take it off right now. It's not a good look. But they're minding their own business, and I insert myself into their life, and it says 30 years at company ABC, and I'm like, let me holler at them. And they always start with, oh, I love my company, I'm this, that, and the other, and I great values, this, that, and that's why I asked the question. And you could see it in their energy, you can see it in there where there just feels like this friction of, I'm gonna have to break up, file for divorce.
Yeah.
Deep roots in this game with this company. And there's that friction that you see, but to a point, there's this pivot point. I think that people get tested from time to time.
I mean, I think the testing is something that happens on a daily basis, right? I'm a person who goes into things believing that they are going to exist for a long time. I don't know what that is about me. I don't know what that says about who I am, but I am always thinking about the long game, right? And then when you pull the veil of the curtain back, sometimes you find out that you've poured yourself into careers, relationships, things that you thought would last forever, to find out that what you believed someone to be in terms of their loyalty is
Right.
not where they were at all. Right. And so what do you do when you come across something that feels like it's the sting of betrayal from someone or something that was supposed to be loyal?
So loyalty is just a fancy word for codependency.
Oh, well, take us down that journey.
Is this a different show? What happened?
I mean,
I'm like, turn no signal.
Walk that out. Walk that
Go
out.
ahead. Talk that talk. What you got? What you got?
I mean, because a lot of it, you're talking about being tethered and connected to someone. So that's tethered and connected to their trauma, to their good, to their bad, to their ugly. And sometimes it goes back to where it started, because you're afraid to stand alone, or you make the choice to stand with that other person, which is, for the most part, maybe better than standing alone. So, you think about it, it's about being loyal to the past, to who somebody was, and you hold on to that, right? Because you want to hold on to whatever it was that tied you there, because it's easier to do that than to walk away.
Oh, so I'm gonna ask this for the people in the back who don't know, who haven't met the three of us. Who here has a problem walking away from people? I'll wait.
I think I think that's rude. I think, it's rude to just call people out like that. I don't think that's the purpose of what we're talking about.
No,
Does
I'm
that mean-
only saying that, again, something's wrong with me, right? I will own that I am not a perfect person. I am flawed, and God is working on his most beautiful project, and that is me. But
did you hear how she just dissed us right there? Did you see that, Rob? Okay, go ahead.
I am almost like the opposite of what you just described. I am the person who you have to convince me not to walk away. And my desire to stay is never because I don't want to stand on my own or don't feel like I can stand on my own. You've given me a different reason to want you here, want you to be part of whatever this is, whether it's a career, relationship, whatever, right? You've given me a reason that you've added to my life or what I'm doing. And I'm not sure I want to sacrifice that yet. But it's never been about me not wanting to stand on my own. So that's why I was like, walk me through the codependency journey, because I love the perspective. It's definitely a new and fresh one that I hadn't even considered or thought about. But I have the opposite problem, right? If I'm talking about, this is my therapy couch today. If I'm talking about myself, I have the opposite problem. I have you did this, you did that. You've demonstrated exactly who you are. We're done, right? Versus I'm going to sit because I don't want to be alone. And so I'm just loving different perspectives. So I just wanted to know, am I the only person who walks away easily? And does that make me disloyal? Because I really feel like I'm a loyal person.
And it's funny because an undertone of this is that loyalty could be unhealthy. And there's also this, and I don't know, I think any too much of one thing, except for love for my little niecey poo-poos, any too much of one thing is usually not necessarily good. But I don't know if it's necessarily unhealthy. You know, that's a conversation with self around what those boundaries are and if it's causing some friction. Mm-hmm. But when I first was, my first was around, are we going straight to when I first heard the question, do you find it hard to walk away? And I was like, I wouldn't say it is easy to walk away. I've made the decision that these boots were made for walking and I'm fitting to get my walk on. That part is usually, and I wouldn't say it's easy, but it's one thing, again, the mindset to do it, because it started with a dissonance in my heart. So I made the decision to do it because I was feeling a certain kind of way. The asset then is, how am I deploying myself, my time, my energy, my money? That it's not easy, but I can do it. And I do it. And I think for me, purging humans, organizations that aren't aligned with my value set is a recipe for peace. Key ingredient.
Absolutely. And it's a lesson that I won't say who, but some of the people who sit in the back, the middle, every now and again in the front, but usually in the back, need to be reminded of. Because what you just said, quite frankly, sometimes the most loyal thing that you can do for yourself is to be disloyal to someone else. And to walk away from to walk away from toxicity, to walk away from whatever, to choose your peace over that drama.
When you said disloyal, I had a reaction.
Me too.
Both of you did. And I love it.
I had a reaction. I think it's to the word more so, like in terms of, I'd rather withdraw my loyalty, be unloyal. I'm taking my loyalty from you and I'm putting it in this place because you are not deserving, my own judgment. You are not deserving of it. And usually that is fostered by some level of betrayal. Some level of betrayal over time. I mean, there's some hard, fast, hard nose that that thou shalt not do. That's an easy, nope, don't move on. But over time, like the example with USAA, or again with people who have long tenures in organizations, for example, minding their business, and then suddenly they're changing their LinkedIn that they're at a new company after 30 years. Riddle me that.
Yeah, I had a reaction to that as well. And mostly because I don't see it as being disloyal. I see it as the same way you do, withdrawing my loyalty, because you have proven to me that you don't deserve it. You're not respecting it. You cannot take care of it, right? So let's talk about this. We have not sort of walked into the idea of what responsibility comes along with the loyalty, right? To me, loyalty is a currency. And so you're responsible to care for that loyalty in a certain way. And when a person doesn't do that, I feel like there is an opportunity for me to consider whether or not I need to withdraw my loyalty. So, what say you around what is the cost of loyalty?
Your soul, your peace, your
Peace.
joy,
Money.
your finances.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And it's yeah. Yeah, I broke up with Amazon Prime. And I don't get to watch some certain shows no more.
I broke up with the NFL ticket.
I broke up with the NBA ticket because their product is awful. And y'all know I love some dribbling. And
The
some
Hallmark
shooting.
channel is free.
I broke up
You're
with
loyal to that. You're loyal to that. You're loyal to thank you for sharing that.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
Wanted to be in the
Thank you.
conversation.
Yeah, you
Here I
are.
am.
You are. So have you do you have any evidence of reestablishing loyalty once you have withdrawn it?
It's an interesting question. It's like
It always is.
you know,
Uh-huh.
like trust. Can
Girl.
you once it's
You rebuild
destroyed,
it.
can you get it back? Can you rebuild it? So God is still working on me, all of me, because I have not achieved the forgive and forget.
To know
So,
thyself, to
okay,
know thyself.
it's
For
important.
those who don't know, this is not news to Kennedy and myself, but keep going. It's your
I'm
story.
just, I'm
sorry.
sharing. I'm sharing.
Yes.
You're not the only ones here. Talk
Yes,
to
correct.
people.
Yes.
Sometimes
Okay.
the
Go
ones in
for
my
it.
head. Okay.
Yes. You don't have that evidence yet. Still working on you to forgive and forget.
No.
Uh-huh.
And so, I mean, it goes with it. It goes hand in hand with the trust factor. I don't know that you do 100%. That everybody 100% truly can come back from losing someone's loyalty. Because now I'm looking at you through my side eye. My pinky toe is out the door. All of me is in, except for maybe just my pinky toenail. But the pinky toenail is out the door because it's ready to go. Just in case, because I remember.
Yeah. I would say that I have reconnected the loyalty. I have reestablished the trust. I have reclaimed the emotional safety. But it took time. And, time is the greatest asset that we have, is the one unrenewable resource, right? You can never get it back. And that's partly why you can't forget what's happened, because those are moments in time that you'll always remember. But I do think that it's possible to reestablish. And actually, it's possible to come back and that loyalty is stronger because of what you went through and because of the journey that you've had. And so, yes, I've done that. I've reconnected that. And I think I'm better for it. And if it weren't for the fact that I know that God has done that for me time and time again, right? I've had to extend that grace as well. Wasn't always easy, but it was worth it.
So, let's get to some do somethings. And since you already showed the class the answer to the test. So one is around setting healthy boundaries. It gets into the conversation that we were having around, can loyalty be so damaging to your soul, your peace, your finances? And only you know what those healthy boundaries are, whatever relationship it is, person, company, business, team, but setting those healthy boundaries from the onset I've seen in the sports world where people, their loyalty gets a little cray cray and people end
That
up in
part.
fights and in jail. And I mean, come on now. It's at the end of the day, all we're doing is bouncing the ball.
Right. I've never understood that. I mean, I'm loyal to my teams. I am a San Francisco Giant until the day I leave this earth, but you will not catch me at a baseball game fighting with a Dodger fan. You will not catch that. All right. Now, I can't stand the Dodgers, but you won't catch me fighting about it. I think it's insane when people go to the level of interacting with each other in a negative way based on their loyalty or something else, especially if it's a
Mhm.
Why did you say yes to me?
now my baby said say yes to being loyal to you, and I think that is the most important place to place your loyalty, right? Loyal to Jesus and loyal to you, because at the end of the day, we take care of ourselves. We teach people how to love us. I can't teach you how to love me if I'm not being loyal to what I need, where my
Mhm.
boundaries are, what feels good to me and what doesn't, what I will accept and what I won't, right? All of those things are so critical in teaching people how to love you. And so if you're not loyal to you, you really have a hard time, but you need to examine, I would say, um, your definition of loyalty and how you carry that out, because you shouldn't be loyal to others without having the foresight to be loyal to yourself first.
So, you want to talk about the last one, Miss CJ?
Give it, get it, rinse and repeat. You know what? In order to be loyal,
Yep.
right? You have to understand and put yourself in the shoes of somebody else or something else. What are you being loyal to? Can you truly, truly, truly commit to that and give that? So think of 3 people who you are most loyal to in your life. And think about why. What's the nature of the loyalty? Is it because they've always been there for you? Is it because you can always just pick up the phone and call them? Is it because there's something that you're getting from there? So this week, flip the script, swap a task, ask them what they need as opposed to what you need. Or if you're the one who's always the one who is giving, why don't this week you switch and talk about what you need as opposed to what you can give, and see if that loyalty shows itself the way it should. Sometimes it's okay to do a loyalty audit.
The audit. Okay, look at you throwing out some new terms. Okay, loyalty, LA. All right, who wants to bring us home?
Bring us home, Robin.
All right, here's my thing. I think about this country that we're living in now, where there seems to be more extremes of people just held steadfast in where they stand and who they're going to give their blind loyalty to, and continue to make excuses and excuses and excuses and excuses and excuses and excuses. You're getting the point. And I think that going back to a few of the do somethings around, we got to get back to some healthier boundaries around, because I observe some of these behaviors, not just in politics and business, but I observe the sports, as we were talking about, and it just is truly, truly unhealthy. And at the end of the day, I want to end how we started this show and just share that Kendrick Lamar set the new record for highest grossing hip hop concert in Canada, where Drake lives.